The budget 2021 did not have any specific measure on investment or tax rates, but the equity market saw huge gains, perhaps encouraged by the announcements made by the finance minister, which met most of the market expectations with hardly any negative surprises. What should you as a retail investor do in such a situation? Is this a good time to invest, given that there may be further gains to be made? Or should you stay away from equities for now, as traditional wisdom advises against investing in market highs? The answer may vary depending on your situation and based on factors such as your total equity exposure, risk profile, etc. But it is safe to say that while you should not get carried away by irrational exuberance, not investing in equities at all may mean missing out on opportunities. Hey guys, this is Simran from ClearTax, and today I'll be talking about 7 mistakes to avoid when investing at a market high. But before we begin, do not forget to press the bell icon and like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. So let's begin. The first one is expecting supernormal returns over the short term. Do not get blinded by the outstanding market returns. Be realistic in your return expectations and the time horizon. Equity assets may not always deliver supernormal returns over a short period. There could be times when the markets may correct or consolidate, and therefore, ideally keep a time horizon of at least 5 years when you approach equities, be it stocks or equity mutual funds. The second one is picking stocks or equity mutual funds based on short-term outperformance. It is a mistake to approach stocks or equity mutual funds looking only at their short-term outperformance. Evaluate the portfolio characteristics in case of an equity-oriented mutual fund scheme, how they have fared across market cycles, and whether it suits your risk profile. What distinguishes a good and bad bet is the consistency with which a stock or equity mutual fund scheme has generated wealth for its investors. Do note that the past short-term and also long-term performance is in no way indicative of future returns. The third one is selling quality stocks and equity funds on short-term underperformance. In a market rally, often it may happen that not all stocks and equity mutual funds will perform handsomely, even though their underlying fundamentals may be respectable. If you have quality stocks and mutual funds in your portfolio, do not rush to dump them solely based on their short-term underperformance. Don't commit the folly of gauging the performance over the short term and missing the bigger picture. Having said that, if the underperformance persists year after year, you should weed out those underperforming stocks or equity mutual funds. The fourth one is increasing exposure to mid caps and small caps. In a market rally, the valuations of mid caps and small caps may rise more as compared to large caps. Based on that, if you increase your exposure to mid and small caps and the broader market corrects, these segments may plunge much more than large caps and may prove to be a costly mistake. It would be wise to consider mid caps and small caps only if you have a high risk appetite and an investment time horizon of at least 5 years. Allocate sensibly between large caps, mid caps and small caps as per your risk profile and rebalance the exposure as and when required to avoid taking undue risk. The fifth one is stopping regular investments. Becoming overcautious and stopping regular investments is not a good idea either, as it may not help you achieve the envisioned financial goals. Going forward, even if the market hits turbulence and volatility increases, continue to invest regularly and systematically. Systematic investments can help investors benefit from volatility in the markets. Since fixed sums are invested at regular intervals, an investor buys more number of units when the markets are down and the net asset value or the NAV is low, and less number of units when the markets are up and the NAV is high. Therefore, providing an opportunity to lower the average purchase cost of units and help investors gain when the markets recover in due course. Volatility is the very nature of the equity market. It is up to us to use it to our advantage by devising an efficient investment strategy. The sixth one is investing in an ad hoc manner. Investing is an individualistic exercise. There's no point aping or mirroring someone else's investment portfolio because each one's risk profile, investment objective, investment time horizon, and financial goals are different. Aimlessly investing in any and every stock or mutual fund or any other avenue may not help you clock optimal returns and achieve the envisioned financial goals. The last one is failing to review or rebalance your portfolio. Over time, your financial circumstances or personal risk profile may change. Inflation may move faster than expected, or you may wish to adopt a new investment style. These factors warrant a portfolio review and rebalancing at a fixed frequency, but also the peak and trough of the markets. This will help align the investments as per your risk profile and reset the asset allocation within the limits best suited for you. It will also help weed out underperforming investments and improve the risk-adjusted return of your portfolio and keep you on the track to accomplish your financial goals. Now you must be wondering, what should be the strategy to invest in equities now? Well, choose the mutual fund route. If you're not well versed on with stock selection process, it would be wise to approach equities via worthy equity-oriented mutual funds, as they are professionally managed, offer better diversification, help lower the cost of investing, are liquid, and potentially deliver appealing returns. That being said, the selection is key. To get the best of both worlds, that is short-term high rewarding opportunities and long-term steady return investing, structure and position wisely as per your needs with a mix of market capitalization and investment styles on the basis of your risk profile and investment horizon. Well, this was it for today's video. Let us know what you think about the video and comment below if you have any doubts. We will try to reply to it as soon as we can. Stay tuned to our channel for more informative videos like these. Till then, goodbye and take care.